IMO performance standards for ECDIS. Resolution MSC.23282 adopted on December 5, 2006. Adoption of the revised performance standards for electronic chart display and information systems, or ECDIS. One, scope of ECDIS. The primary function of the ECDIS is to contribute to safe navigation. 1.2. ECDIS with adequate backup arrangements may be accepted as complying with the up-to-date charts required by Regulations 5/19, 5/27 of the 1974 SOLAS Convention as amended. 1.3. ECDIS should be capable of displaying all chart information necessary for safe and efficient navigation originated by and distributed on the authority of government-authorized hydrographic offices. 1.4. ECDIS should facilitate simple and reliable updating of the electronic navigational chart. 1.5. ECDIS should reduce the navigational workload compared to using the paper chart. It should enable the mariner to execute in a convenient and timely manner all route planning, route monitoring, and positioning currently performed on paper charts. It should be capable of continuously plotting the ship's position. 1.6. The ECDIS display may also be used for the display of radar track target information, AIS, and other appropriate data layers to assist in route monitoring. 1.7. ECDIS should have at least the same reliability and availability of presentation as a paper chart published by government-authorized hydrographic offices. 1.8. ECDIS should provide appropriate alarms or indications with respect to the information displayed or malfunction of the equipment. See Appendix 5. 1.9. When the relevant chart information is not available in the appropriate form, see Section 4, some ECDIS equipment may operate in the raster chart display system or RCDS mode, as defined in Appendix 7. RCDS mode of operation should conform to performance standards not inferior to those set out in Appendix 7. 2. Application of these standards. 2.1. These performance standards should apply to all ECDIS equipment carried on all ships as follows: dedicated standalone workstation, a multifunction workstation as part of an INS. 2.2. These performance standards apply to ECDIS mode of operation, ECDIS in RCDS mode of operation as specified in Appendix 7, and ECDIS backup arrangements as specified in Appendix 6. 2.3. Requirements for structure and format of the chart data, encryption of chart data, as well as the presentation of chart data are within the scope of relevant IHO standards, including those listed in Appendix 1. 2.4. In addition to the general requirements set out in Resolution A.694/17, the presentation requirements set out in Resolution MSC .19179, ECDIS equipment should meet the requirements of these standards and follow the relevant guidelines on ergonomic principles adopted by the organization. 3. Definitions. For the purpose of these performance standards. (3.1) Electronic chart display and information system, or ECDIS, means a navigation information system which, with adequate backup arrangements, can be accepted as complying with the up-to-date chart required by Regulations 5/19 and 5/27 of the 1974 SOLAS Convention, as amended, by displaying selected information from a System Electronic Navigational Chart, or SENC, with positional information from navigation sensors to assist the mariner in route planning and route monitoring, and if required, display additional navigation-related information. 3.2 Electronic Navigational Chart, or ENC, means the database standardized as to content, structure, and format, issued for use with ECDIS by or on the authority of a government-authorized hydrographic office or other relevant government institution, and conform to IHO standards. The ENC contains all the chart information necessary for safe navigation and may contain supplementary information in addition to that contained in the paper chart, example, sailing directions, which may be considered necessary for safe navigation. 3.3 System Electronic Navigational Chart, or SENC, means a database in the manufacturer's internal ECDIS format resulting from the lossless transformation of the entire ENC contents and its updates. It is this database that is accessed by ECDIS for the display generation and other navigational functions, and is equivalent to an up-to-date paper chart. The SENC may also contain information added by the mariner and information from other sources. 3.4 Standard display is the display mode intended to be used as a minimum during route planning and route monitoring. The chart content is listed in Appendix 2. 3.5 Display base means the chart content as listed in Appendix 2 and which cannot be removed from the display. It is not intended to be sufficient for safe navigation. 3.6 Further information on ECDIS definitions may be found in IHO Hydrographic Dictionary Special Publication S-32. See Appendix 1. Module A Database. 4. Provision and updating of chart information. 4.1 The chart information to be used in ECDIS should be the latest edition, as corrected by official updates, of that issued by or on the authority of a government-authorized hydrographic office or other relevant government institution, and conform to IHO standards. 4.2 The content of the SENC should be adequate and up-to-date for the intended voyage to comply with Regulation 5/27 of the 1974 SOLAS Convention as amended. 4.3 It should not be possible to alter the contents of the ENC or SENC information transformed from the ENC. 4.4 Updates should be stored separately from the ENC. 4.5 ECDIS should be capable of accepting official updates to the ENC data provided in conformity with IHO standards. These updates should be automatically applied to the SENC. By whatever means updates are received, the implementation procedure should not interfere with the display in use. 4.6. ECDIS should also be capable of accepting updates to the ENC data entered manually, with simple means for verification prior to the final acceptance of the data. They should be distinguishable on the display from ENC information and its official updates, and not affect display legibility. 4.7. ECDIS should keep and display on demand a record of updates, including time of application to the SENC. This record should include updates for each ENC until it is superseded by a new edition. 4.8. ECDIS should allow the mariner to display updates in order to review their contents and to ascertain that they have been included in the SENC. 4.9. ECDIS should be capable of accepting both non-encrypted ENCs and ENCs encrypted in accordance with the IHO data protection scheme. Module B. Operational and functional requirements. 5. Display of SENC information. 5.1. ECDIS should be capable of displaying all SENC information. An ECDIS should be capable of accepting and converting an ENC and its updates into a SENC. The ECDIS may also be capable of accepting a SENC resulting from conversion of ENC to SENC ashore in accordance with IHO TR 3.11. This method of ENC supply is known as SENC delivery. 5.2. SENC information available for display during route planning and route monitoring should be subdivided into the following 3 categories: display base, standard display, and all other information. See Appendix 2. 5.3. ECDIS should present the standard display at any time by a single operator action. 5.4. When an ECDIS is switched on, following a switch off or power failure, it should return to the most recent manually selected settings for display. 5.5. It should be easy to add or remove information from the ECDIS display. It should not be possible to remove information contained in the display base. 5.6. For any operator identify geographical position, example by cursor picking, ECDIS should display on demand the information about the chart objects associated with such a position. 5.7. It should be possible to change the display scale by appropriate steps, example by means of either chart scale values or ranges in nautical miles. 5.8. It should be possible for the mariner to select a safety contour from the depth contours provided by the SENC. ECDIS should emphasize the safety contour over other contours on the display. However, 1. If the mariner does not specify a safety contour, this should default to 30 meters. If the safety contour specified by the mariner or the default 30 meters contour is not in the displayed SENC, the safety contour shown should default to the next deeper contour. 2. If the safety contour in use becomes unavailable due to a change in source data, the safety contour should default to the next deeper contour. And 3. In each of the above cases, an indication should be provided. 5.9. It should be possible for the mariner to select a safety depth, ECDIS should emphasize soundings equal to or less than the safety depth whenever spot soundings are selected for display. 5.10. The ENC and all updates to it should be displayed without any degradation of their information content. 5.11. ECDIS should provide a means to ensure that the ENC and all updates to it have been correctly loaded into the SCNC. 5.12. The ENC data and updates to it should be clearly distinguishable from other displayed information, including those listed in Appendix 3. Scale. 6.1. ECDIS should provide an indication if 1. The information is displayed at a larger scale than that contained in the ENC, or 2. Own ship's position is covered by an ENC at a larger scale than that provided by the display. Seven. Display of other navigational information. 7.1. Radar information and/or AIS information may be transferred from systems compliant with the relevant standards of the organization. Other navigational information may be added to the ECDIS display. However, it should not degrade the displayed SCNC information, and it should be clearly distinguishable from the SCNC information. 7.2. It should be possible to remove the radar information, AIS information, and other navigational information by single operator action. 7.3. ECDIS and added navigational information should use a common reference system. If that is not the case, an indication should be provided. 7.4. Radar. 7.4.1. Transferred radar information may contain a radar image and/or track target information. 7.4.2. If the radar image is added to the ECDIS display, the chart and the radar image should match in scale, projection, and in orientation. 7.4.3. The radar image and the position from the position sensor should both be adjusted automatically for antenna offset from the conning position. 8. Display mode and generation of the neighboring area. 8.1. It should always be possible to display the SCNC information in a north-up orientation. Other orientations are permitted. When such orientations are displayed, the orientation should be altered in steps large enough to avoid unstable display of the chart information. 8.2. ECDIS should provide for through motion mode. Other modes are permitted. 8.3. When through motion mode is in use, reset and generation of the chart display of the neighboring area should take place automatically at own ship's distance from the edge of the display as determined by the mariner. 8.4. It should be possible to manually change the displayed chart area and the position of own ship relative to the edge of the display. 8.5. If the area covered by the ECDIS display includes waters for which no ENC at a scale appropriate for navigation is available, the areas representing those waters should carry an indication, see Appendix 5, to the mariner to refer to the paper chart or to the ECDIS mode of operation. See Appendix 7. 9. Colors and symbols. 9.1. IHO recommended colors and symbols should be used to represent SCNC information. 9.2. The colors and symbols, other than those mentioned in 9.1, should comply with the applicable requirements contained in the IMO standards for navigational symbols. 9.3. SCNC information displayed at the scale specified in the ENC should use the specified size of symbols, figures, and letters. 9.4. ECDIS should allow the mariner to select whether ownership is displayed in through scale or as a symbol. 10. Display requirements. 10.1. ECDIS should be capable of displaying information for 1. Route planning and supplementary navigation tasks, and 2. Route monitoring. 10.2. The effective size of the chart presentation for route monitoring should be at least 270 mm by 270 mm. 10.3. The display should be capable of meeting color and resolution recommendations of IHO. 10.4. The method of presentation should ensure that the displayed information is clearly visible to more than one observer in the conditions of light normally experienced on the bridge of the ship by day and by night. 10.5. If the information categories included in the standard display, see Appendix 2, are removed to customize the display, this should be permanently indicated. Identification of categories which are removed from the standard display should be shown on demand.